Hello everyone, this is Betsy from Ideas Times 2, and I have a tutorial for you today, how to make a shaker card, which could be used in your journals. Put it in a pocket, in a tuck spot, in an envelope, even put it on the front cover for a special touch, little fun element. So I will be bringing you a tutorial on how to make one. Let me show you a few. This is the one that inspired me. I had made 6 Irish themed journals, and I had certain elements, certain images that I was using to make and put in the journal. And I came across these two. So one was a frame, which could be used either way, but I chose to use it this way. And the other one was this little lad here in the back, and I thought these would be perfect for a shaker element, which I had never done in my journal before, but I thought might be cool to do. So I wound up making one for each of the 6 journals. So I thought I'd show you a few more ideas. And what is a shaker? It is a picture frame with acetate, and you put sequins inside of it, and it shakes. This one shakes a little bit better than this one, but it shakes and gives it a little sparkle, and you can use whatever images you'd like to add to the background. So that is what a shaker is. So let's get started here. I had a couple little fairy images, and I made a couple fairy shakers with coordinating colors. I made this one is a Tim Holtz image, and it's very organic. I just cut and paid no attention to measurements or anything like that. So that one's more neutral looking. This one is a seed packet ephemera piece that I had, and I used a patterned paper for the frame on that one. This one is probably my favorite one. This one is an octopus, and I put lots of sequins in there. And the frame I did cut with my Sizzix die. I have a circle set, and so I used 2 of the circles to cut a frame for this, and then I put some enamel dots on it to make it look kind of like a porthole. So this will go in a sea themed journal. And I really like that one. But I will show you what you need to get started on this fun project. You will need a background image, and I found another little seed packet image, a piece of acetate around the same size as your seed packet, or I mean as your background image, a piece of paper about the same size as well, out of your frame paper that you'd like. You'll need foam tape. This is a little big, and so I cut it down to size. And of course you'll need sequins, and these are tiny sequins that I got in a pack at Walmart, and they had so many fun colors in here. I really liked that pack. I also have just collected sequins and kept the colors all separated for some other projects that I make on a regular basis. So I just have those in here. And you can get them just about anywhere. And usually I find them on clearance or something, and then I'll get them. But these types do just fine, and you can get them just about anywhere. These small ones also, I got these at Michael's, and those come in handy a lot. I like those a lot. You can't use fine glitter, but you could use jumbo glitter. So this is jumbo glitter from Hobby Lobby, and this is fine to use, but the fine glitter, the super fine glitter, you cannot use it. There's just too much static for it. So those are the types of sequins you can use. All right, so the first thing to do is cut out your image, and then you will need to cut out your frame, And the frame, I would recommend about 1/4 of an inch. This one is a little bit wider. This one is 3/8 of an inch for my frame. But the other ones were definitely 1/4 of an inch because I did measure this. And so the way you do this, now this doesn't have to be super exact. I just cut it. I laid my background image on my paper and just cut around it. I didn't measure, no measuring. The acetate, you can repurpose from packaging if you have some that isn't scratched. Or you can buy acetate in sheets, and you can get these at office supply stores or craft stores. So you can find those in quite a few places too. And once again, I didn't really measure. I just rough cut around, and you'll have opportunity to trim these later, so that's not a problem. Not a lot of measuring. I didn't actually measure this either. I just eyeballed it and tried to get it straight. You could definitely use your paper cutter if you'd like. Okay, so the first thing to do, let's get our frame made. Uh-oh, I dropped my acetate. And I can't find it. Wow, okay, I got it. I'm okay. So take your frame piece, and what we need to do is cut out the hole in the center, and I've started the measuring already. As I said, you don't want to go much smaller than 1/4 inch because the foam tape needs to fit and stay. So let me put this, I'll tell you what, can't see that very well, so I'm going to put it on this green mat. So all I do, I have a gridded ruler, which comes in very handy. I just line up the 1/4 inch mark with the edge of the paper and only leave a 1/4 inch here and just draw a line. And draw a line like all around each edge. And then you'll cut this out. So you can either use scissors, you can use a craft knife. Hold your ruler. Hold your ruler better than that. Just hold it. Use a craft knife, and then just cut your sides. There's just a little stuck here, just a little bit right there. There you go. So just cut around all of the edges, all of your drawn lines, I should say, and then you'll have your frame. And I did cut one out already because I didn't want you to watch me cut that. I didn't want you to have to watch me cut that. Let's put it that way. All right, so far so good. This flowered section, I think I'm going to use that for my frame. So this will be the back. So you'll need some glue, craft glue. I use Fabri-Tac, and it works great. You're going to run a bead of glue around the back of your frame. My glue is really not coming out very well. It's getting thick and stringy. Okay, so then you'll put your acetate. Now I noticed that this one has a little wrinkle in it. I think I'm going to cut another one really quick like a bunny, because I don't want a big old wrinkle in it. I'm not sure how that happened. So I'm just like rough cutting. All right, so just place the acetate over the glue, on the back of your frame, and then just run your finger around it. All right. right. Then you'll want to take scissors and just trim off the excess. So give it a little trim. Give it a little haircut. There's another one. It's a little edge I needed to get. There we go. Now you have a window. And this would actually be fun to use in a journal too. Put some special words under it, put an image under it, just glue it on your page. Little kitty wampus. Would be cute. Or save it for this. Alright, so the next thing to do is we'll turn this back to the back side again one more time. And we're going to take our foam tape. Like I said, this is a 1/2 inch foam tape, too big for this project, and so I just cut it down. I'm sure they make 1/8 inch foam tape. I'm sure they do. I just don't have any, so I'm just using what I have. So foam tape, it has the sticky side and it has a paper release side, so just stick it down on your frame. And then when you come to the corner, just eyeball it and just cut it a little short of the side like that. And then just keep going. Butt up the next piece against the one you just laid down. And then trim that as well, a little bit from the edge. We don't want it sticking out or anything like that. All right, and the next side is like that. Same thing, and then we'll have one more side. The reason why you use foam tape at this point is because it raises up the frame away from the background image so that the sequins will shake. You got it. It will shake. Shake, rattle, and roll. All right. So then you will clip that so it butts up straight against the first piece that you had down. So that was a little crooked. There we go. There we go. Okay, firmly press it down, and then that will help you when it's time to take the release paper off. And that's what it'll look like. All right, next step, the fun part, is putting sequins inside. In this little pack, there was pink and silver striped sequins, and this flower has like little pink stripes, and so I thought that would be fun. We're going to put a couple of those in there. And then I have some rosy colors, so I'm going to put some of those in there. I actually have two sort of, that's a brighter pink, and then this one actually matches pretty well the top flower. So put a few of those in there. And then I think I'm going to put, like today I've been having fun with this stuff, so I'm going to put some couple pinches of this really jumbo glitter. I was going to say really fine, but it's not really fine. It's jumbo glitter. Okay. And that should be good. Now there is a trick to taking the release paper off. Make sure you hold your frame down on the inside, because it's so lightweight, it has a tendency to, or if it's, you know, warped a little bit, it has a tendency to like pop up the sequins. So we don't want that. So let's just hold this down. Otherwise you're going to have sequins in your tape, foam tape, and you don't want that. You don't want that. Take my word for it. It'll be frustrating. So yeah, no, let's not do that. Okay, so just hold it down and peel each one of these off. Easy, easy, easy. There we go. Now my frame does not have an up and down. It was just like an overall pattern. So I don't need to pay attention. Like for instance, if you had words coming across the top or something like that, and just make sure that your top and bottom are the same as the top and bottom of your background image, but it does not matter in this case. So carefully place your background on top of your frame. And just run your finger around the edge firmly to adhere the paper to the tape. And voila, you have a beautiful shaker element. And this is the part where if you are off a little bit, you can trim. Just be careful not to, the frame is pretty accurate, so I'm going to keep the frame as it is. In the back needs to be trimmed a little. I hold my scissors at a slight angle, and make sure you just don't catch that frame in your scissors, but you can just trim away. Just trim whatever you need to off of here. Need to trim just a little bit right there, I think, and that should be, well, I see a little bit more here. There we go. There we go. So that is it. That is it, guys. If you'd like to decorate the back, you know, go ahead and put another little image, or just ink it or something like that. You could use this for the cover of a small journal, little notebook that you include in your larger journal, or as I said, just tuck it into a pocket. Use this in a collage maybe, or they could even use it to decorate the front of your journal. So lots of possibilities. It's very fun, and even though it's sequins and kind of sparkly, and a lot of times we go for vintage, I think it just adds a fun little touch. So that is it. Thank you for joining me today. I'll leave all of our information below where you can find us on Etsy and Facebook, Instagram. Thank you for your time, and we will see you later. Bye.